Our many thanks to Pam and Fred Stoll, who share the gift of music and so much more with all of us. Please stand and join me in body or spirit as we sing hymn number 349, We Gather Together.
and happy Thanksgiving. My name is Amanda Kruger, and I serve as treasurer of the Board of Trustees of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Spartanburg. Welcome to this sacred space. We are glad that you're here. At UUCS, we strive to be a beloved community of warmth, love, and support across all of our differences. And this is a welcoming congregation where everyone is welcome just as we each are. If you are visiting with us this morning, we would love to meet you. Visitor cards may be found in the pocket on the back of the chair in front of you. Please feel welcome to fill one out and place it in the offering plate during the service so that we can connect with you later. There's always a lot going on in the life of this congregation. You will find the Connect in the lobby and a one-page weekly calendar in your order of service. Our annual auction is our largest fundraiser of the year for the church. Thank you to everyone who attended or who has contributed since. Our goal for this event is to raise $16,000, and as of this morning, we are within $600 of our goal. So, thank you everyone for making this a huge success. Help us meet our goal. After church today in Wild Hall, you can sign up for events, drinks with Ann, walks with Scott, and much more. Help the church out by joining in the fun. We can do this. The Wi-Fi is back up, yay. This has been a several-week process with many frustrations along the way. Our AV volunteers work together as a team, pulling in extra help when necessary, and they have gotten our network updated. It is possible that you might need to rejoin the network. Network and password are the same as before. You can find that posted around the building, and just ask if you aren't sure what to do, and you'll find yourself in good company. Please offer our AV team a huge round of applause for their perseverance and expertise. Congregational Potluck Lunch and Dialogue about facility improvements is today, following the service. After the service, come hear a report from our architectural consultant, Dave Benham, and engage in a congregational dialogue regarding possible future facility improvements and discuss how can we better design our building and grounds to enhance all of our ministries. Enjoy a sumptuous meal, whether you brought anything for the potluck or not. There's always far more than enough here. And stay after the meeting to help us all clean up. Childcare will be provided. Our annual Interfaith Community Thanksgiving service is Tuesday, November 25th at 6:30 p.m. at Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church. All are invited to our community's annual Interfaith Thanksgiving service. Congregations from across Spartanburg will gather to give thanks together for all that blesses us and to challenge ourselves to share our blessings in support of our neighbors. A special Thanksgiving offering will be received to support Hand in Hand, a vital community organization serving our community. Please spread the word with your family, friends, and congregations, and come join us. UUCS Thanksgiving Dinner. Each Thanksgiving Day at 2 p.m., we host a potluck Thanksgiving dinner for anyone and everyone. This is a time when anyone who would like to join together comes, and we all bring something to contribute to the potluck celebration. Ruth Stanton and Rick Honnenberg have faithfully led this effort for years, but this year they need to step back. Pam and Fred Stoll have graciously offered to lead it, but we'll need a team of folks to pull this off, and if you can help, please email Ann. Thank you for all that you do to make this a place of love, warmth, and welcome for all.
Our purpose. The statement of purpose voted on by our congregation in our mission, vision, covenant process. We seek to create a world of mutual thriving for all beings, where everyone has enough and no one has to be afraid. Together, we strive to build this beloved community, growing in wisdom, care, justice, service, and wonder, open to all. And a mantra composed by UUCS member Janice Tuck. I am a conduit of the love energy of the universe, allowing it to flow through me freely and unencumbered, healing me and those around me.
And again, we sing together. Please stand and as you are able and willing, and join me in hymn number 21, For the Beauty of the Earth. For the beauty of the earth,
Everything I think or do or say sends ripples out into the world. Everything you think or do or say sends ripples out too. And because we choose to gather together in community, our ripples have a tendency to ripple into each other. Our rippling bowl represents how we share these moments as a community. If you wish to make a promise or let go of one, remember someone you've lost, or honor the reassuring presence of a loved one. Release a bit of pain, offer a blessing for a stranger, or otherwise mark some important event or occasion. Please come forward as you are able and send your thoughts outwards as you drop a stone or shell into the water, mingling the ripples of your intention with the ripples of other people in our community. And as we do so, remember that joys once shared ripple out and are multiplied, and sorrows shared ripple out and are diminished. I'll place a stone and a shell for those who are joining us virtually and those who are unable to come forward. Our covenant, written together by this community many years ago through collaboration and many, many discussions, expresses how we wish to be together and how we wish to go out into our community. Please join me in affirming our covenant. With courage, we say, we are a people of faith and hope. Together we strive to become our better selves, to honor both the critical mind and the generous heart, to prove that diversity need not mean divisiveness, and to respond to systems of violence and oppression with the power of a love beyond belief. And now we'll move to some people's favorite part of the service. I even saw some of you sneaking this in as you come up to the Rippling Bowl, hugging each other at an unauthorized time. We set aside time for this. What are you thinking? In this congregation, we do greet each other with unbelievable exuberance while still respecting each other with love and space, offering each other both exclamations of glad to see you and quiet smiles and nods from across the room. Please take this time to let others know how happy you are to see them and that their presence here matters. If you're joining us virtually, you can take this time to reach out via text or phone to anyone you like. And when the music begins, please return to your seats so that we can move on to the next part of the service. No more of that unauthorized stuff, please. We each contribute to this community with a multitude of gifts. Gifts of time, talent, energy, perspective, knowledge, and love. And the generosity of this congregation is incredible. Now we'll contribute as we can with our financial gifts. This month we share half of unmarked funds and all marked funds from our offering plate with, LifeWorks, South Carolina. The offering will now be freely given and gratefully received.
Good morning. We're going to spend some time in silence and just want to encourage you to allow all that you're holding to flow from the top of your head through the bottom of your feet into the earth, because the earth's been here a long time and can handle all the things that we're carrying this morning. As you sit with your eyes closed, maybe you can imagine what it looks like to respond to the systems of oppression with a love beyond belief. As you imagine, what does that mean each day, each minute, each hour, responding to the oppression on the inside and the outside, in our relationships. What does love look like? That's beyond belief. What does it look like today with the person sitting next to you? What does it look like as you hear from Dave later on today? What does it look like as you eat together? And maybe take a couple of deep breaths. Thankful for each moment that we reach for that breath, that it's present. Been spending most their lives living in a pastime paradise. Been spending most their lives spinning in a pastime paradise. They've been wasting most their time glorifying days long gone behind. They've been wasting most their days in remembrance of ignorance, oldest praise. Tell me who of them will come to be? How many of them are you and me? Dissipation of race relations, consolation, segregation, dispensation, isolation, exploitation, mutilation, mutation, miscreation, confirmation to the evils of the world. They've been spending most their lives living in a future paradise. Been spending most their lives living in a future paradise. They've been looking in their minds for the day that sorrows lost from time. They keep telling of the day when the Savior of love will come to stay. Tell me who of them will come to be? How many of them are you and me? Proclamation of race relations, consolation, integration, verification of revelation, acclamation, world salvation, vibration, stimulation, confirmation to the peace of the world. Been spending most their lives living in a pastime paradise. Been spending most their lives living in a future paradise. They've been spending most their lives living in a future paradise. We've been spending too much of our lives living in a pastime paradise. Let's start living our lives, living for the future paradise. Praise to our lives, living for the future paradise. Shame to anyone's lives, living in the pastime paradise. Thank you, Stevie Wonder.
Happy Thanksgiving. On this Thanksgiving, I give thanks that all of you that suffered through me trying to share the lyrics of Coolio last week have come back. That is a UU miracle. And I am thankful to those of you who came to me afterwards, still willing to speak with me, and who shared that song, Gangster's Paradise, draws its inspiration from Stevie Wonder's song, Pastime Paradise. And I'm so grateful to Davlin and Athena for being willing to share that Stevie Wonder song with so much greater skill and eloquence and bearing than I could ever muster myself. And you should be very grateful too. Let's give Davlin and everybody who's been a part of this a round of applause. We are grateful. We have been doing very challenging work here for the last 2 months, and this is a day for us to give thanks. If there are any children that are here, I would like to invite them to join me up front. Anybody at all? Yes, come on down. Come sit in a circle with me. So glad that y'all are here. Thank you all so much for being here. Now, last week, we learned a really important lesson. Come make a circle, make a full circle here. Which is that there is some wildness in all of us, even when we're talking about tens of thousands of years of domestication. And one day we'll talk about some of the divine archetypes in our different philosophies and religions that embody both wildness and home. What are these things? What are these things? This is a stone. Listen, listen, listen. This is a stone. And every week we sit in a circle in this church, not on Sundays, but on Wednesdays. And we have a stone that we pass around a circle. And when the stone comes to you, that's a time when you can speak. And when the stone is in somebody else's hands, that's a time when you can listen. It's a practice of being really thoughtful about what we're saying, but also about what we're hearing. So I want to try this. Let's try this. That when the stone comes to you, you can say something that you're thankful for. Because it's Thanksgiving. Now, I'm going to pass this around. And when you're holding the stone, you can say, I'm thankful for whatever you'd like to say. Now, if it comes to you, listen, you're not holding the stone yet. Listen. If the stone comes to you and you don't want to say anything, you don't have to. You can just hold it for a minute and hand it to the next person. You don't have to speak. And when the stone's in somebody else's hands, then we listen because we want people to listen to us. And that means we listen to them too, so that we give that to each other, okay? Will you start us?
Sure. I'm thankful for all my friends and all the time I spend with them.
Thankful for friends.
I'm thankful for my family who's always been there for me.
Thankful for a family that has always been there for us. Thankful for our family that takes care of us.
I love my bears because I feed my bears.
Thankful for your bears because you feed your bears. Your dog.
I'm thankful for my kittens and my mom because they love me a lot and all of them just love me and they form new cuddle puddles around me.
Yes.
And the kittens like me a lot.
We're so thankful for everyone who loves us, including the kittens. Now, you all did a beautiful job with that. It was so good.
Do it again?
Listen, we're going to do it one more time. Listen while I'm holding the stone. You did such a beautiful job. We heard your thoughts, and we heard the power of your voices.
And I keep the
The whole room listened. So let's do it again. And this time I want to ask you to say, what about this church you're thankful for? What about this place and these people you're thankful for? So I'm going to say mine. I am thankful for all of you.
I'm thankful for the church because it provides a community for me. And we support each other.
Thankful for a community where we support each other.
I'm thankful for people who talk to me.
Thankful for people of welcome. Thankful for so many things, it's hard to say any of them.
I'm thankful for feeding my cat and he likes to snuggle me.
Thankful for cats and that they snuggle you and you bring all that love to this place too. That's beautiful.
And I have a lizard too.
A lizard too.
Yeah.
All beings. Mutual thriving of all beings.
I'm thankful for everyone here liking me and loving me a lot. And plus, at home, I have like 5 kittens and once Rorschach ate a Dorito.
Rorschach the kitten ate a Dorito and you're glad for everybody that's here. Thankful for everybody that's here. That is outstanding.
My cat Dusty ate mac and cheese.
Oh my goodness.
That's it.
Listen, you all have done this so well. You can feel the power of gratitude in the room. It's like a sun inside the room, and it's pouring out energy and warmth. Something that gives us all life when we're grateful.
It's actually very cold in here.
Oh, I'm sorry that you feel cold, but the people are warm. So I want to ask us to do one last thing. Will you all come sit in a line with me so that you're facing the congregation? You can look into the faces of all these people. Come sit beside me. There you go. Come make a little line and look out. When we say thank you, what do we say back? What do other people say back? You're welcome. And when somebody says thank you to us, what do we say back? You're welcome, right? So I wonder if we can say to this congregation, thank you, and let's listen if they say you're welcome back. And then we'll see if they can say thank you to us for all that we bring, and we'll say you're welcome back. You ready? So we're going to say thank you first, and then we're going to listen to see if they say anything. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Wow, that was good. Now let's listen and see if they say thank you to us for our being here and all that we do. And then if they do, we'll say you're welcome back. You ready? Thank you. You're welcome. Very good. Now sit in a circle with me one more time. Come sit in a circle with me. I've got something for you if you sit in a circle. If you're out of reach, then I can't give it to you.
Can I have my very own side?
What we're going to do is to share these stones. These stones came from a member of our congregation. Her name is Catherine, and she wanted everybody to know that they are loved.
Can we keep the stone?
You can keep the one that comes to you. Now, they're different colors, and we're not going to fight about the colors. You get what you get, and you don't pitch a fit. And what we're going to do...
Is that what you get and you don't get upset?
That's right. Listen, I'm going to pass them around just like we passed it this time so that we're sharing, okay? So let's pass the first one, pass it all the way around. Perfect. Here's the next one. And that stays with you. Keep that one. Good.
Looks like a heart.
They do look like hearts because they're about love. Good. There you go. They do look like hearts. You can hold them and remember, this is a place that loves you. And just like we shared these stones around the circle, the more we share our love, the better we feel and the better the whole world is. They're pretty, aren't they? Thank you all for being so wonderful. You can go back to your seats. Great job, everybody. Pass it around. I'm going to ask you to look on the front of your bulletin. there's a picture there, and I want to tell you about this picture. Now, you have it in front of you. I'm going from memory, so please be merciful to me when I make mistakes. I'm only human. A couple of weeks ago, our humanist group meet every month, the second Wednesday of the month at 7 o'clock in the fellowship hall. You're always welcome. It is a generative and challenging conversation every time. And this time, we talked about wonder. What is it in the world that we experience as wonder, and how does that generate gratitude within us? And we had people bring in images of trees hundreds of feet tall from the West Coast, galaxies, people who shared about family and love, about friendship, about service and justice, the beauty of the world and the beauty of human being in the world, trying to create a world that's livable for us all. It was a wonderful conversation, full of energy. We heard the most inspiring music, all different kinds of music, beautiful poetry and lyric. Thinking about these things that touch our soul and cause us to expand and that create in us a spirit of thankfulness. And this is the picture that I shared. It comes to us from our own Denise Levereau, who took it not knowing the great work she was doing when she photographed our building. And I know that it would be easy to say, "Oh, Scott, it's your job to say that we fill you with wonder. You always say you're proud of us. That's just what you do." And you damn straight I do, because I am proud of you, and you need to know it. So give yourselves a round of applause. But when I saw this picture that Denise took, I really was filled with wonder and gratitude. So it's not just a thing that I'm saying, it's a real experience that I have when I look at this picture, and I want to narrate it for you so you understand why. When I look at this picture, I see all of these layers of the growth and development, the evolution of this congregation. Not ever clearly linear, often full of disagreement and even conflict, though thankfully rarely strife, and something larger than ourselves growing up from the ground. The first thing I see when I look at this image is the earth itself, on which we are so blessed to live, and without which we do not exist. Now look at this ground, and I think, what a ridiculously steep grade. How much deforestation and erosion and wrestling with southern clay must have happened to found a building on this site, and to found a building in the aftermath of urban renewal, the loss of historically black businesses and homes in this neighborhood, part of the consequence of which was a small congregation of a bunch of strange, brave, awkward people could find themselves able to afford the purchase of a piece of land on nearly a precipice in the middle of the city of Spartanburg. A complex, deep, historical, conflicted beginning, but a place where we could find being. And then I see a stone in front of a mural. This is an image created in partnership not only with the League of Women Voters, but with leaders throughout the South Converse community and the south side of Spartanburg, working for a number of years in conversation and dialogue to create a visual statement during the pandemic, a time of protest that would celebrate the passage of the 19th Amendment, the right of women to vote, and would celebrate liberation and the rights of all of us, not only of women or men, but of people of all genders and people of all racialized groups and ethnicities, that we are trying to create a world where we all belong. And the way that this is done is by honoring two sisters, the Grimke sisters, who were born in the early 19th century, the early 1800s, in Charleston, to a prosperous white family, part of what they were given as children under the legal code of that time, because morally this cannot happen. You cannot give this. But enslaved people were given to each of them as young women born into the antebellum South, women of privilege and prosperity. But as they grew into consciousness as young women, they emancipated those who had been placed in their hands as property, knowing that this was wrong. And they broke from their Presbyterian background and left the South to travel to Philadelphia, to Pennsylvania, to become Quakers, and then to travel all over the East Coast, speaking out for abolition and for women's rights, bringing so many crowds of people to hear them because they were such powerful orators, and they were pushing our country to change, to develop, that newspapers warned those in the areas where they were speaking not to come and hear them because they were promiscuous. And what promiscuous meant was they were speaking to groups of mixed gender. This was considered promiscuous in the day, and they did it anyway. Their lives ended in Boston, marching to the polls to illegally vote when women were not allowed to vote as an act of protest. And these sisters, when they were children, would travel up from Charleston County to summer in Spartanburg County, down in across Anchor area. And the League of Women Voters and our congregation, in concert with Black leaders throughout this neighborhood, talked for several years about what kind of image would commemorate not only these sisters, but their work of liberation. Work that not only they did, but that they did in concert, first with those Black women who were deemed to be their property, and they said no to, the women from whom they learned the work of freedom and liberation in their earliest childhood, and then through their lives, all the people with whom they worked. And then we, thinking of how to celebrate the right to vote and the ongoing work to secure that right for all of us, a work that we know full well is never finished, and which we must always not only actively preserve, but promote, including in our own day. How would we represent that? And the image is of arms reaching out, rainbows and doves in the sky, a great sun of life shining to say, this democracy, life for us all, that is how we can all live. Offering our outstretched arms for the thriving of each of us. And I feel amazed that people were willing to talk and plan and revise for so long, so that when that image was realized, it became manifest at the exact moment the city and country needed to see it. And when we dedicated it, leaders from all through this neighborhood and beyond gathered in joy and in tears for what we were saying about our ancestors and about ourselves. The most controversial part of that mural in the end were the two magnolia trees on either side of it. Should they stand or should they fall? And this time we decided stand. And all around it you see trees leaning in, like the arms of the people in the mural, the boughs of the trees leaning in. Now you know as well as I do, through hurricanes and through time, trees have come and trees have gone from this land. Limbs have fallen, limbs have been saved. And sometimes we have been in fights with each other about it. We are here for the mutual thriving of all beings. And sometimes that means life. And sometimes it means passing from life. But the great argument was, should those two trees, those magnolias, stand? Because to a degree they obstruct the mural. And they stood this time. That doesn't mean they'll stand further. We don't know. But this time that was decided. And when I see those trees, I see first the trees and all the life in them. So much life just on these grounds. The squirrels and the groundhogs and the hawks and the owls. Everything that circles in this thriving place. A place where we also try to be part of the ecosystem. And I see the hands of Harold Hatcher and Bob Mitchell and Alice Sutton and Jamie Hendricks and Annie Myers and team after team, generations of people that have cared for this land and tended it and tried to find a way to cultivate it, to make it a place of life. And then behind the mural, in that first story of the building, I see a vast abyss, great empty space, because this congregation knew that it needed to build a sanctuary, and it brought that sanctuary out over the void. Is there some kind of existential, symbolic statement of human existence and the nothingness of time and space, that we can still make a home here? And look around you what it has created. A former minister here welcomed me in before I ever knew that I would be here, and certainly before anybody else knew I would be here. And she said, it's like living in a treehouse. It's like we go to church in a treehouse. So beautiful. And that space underneath, which we appropriately call Wild Hall, as if our children haven't taught us enough about what thrives within us. All of our wolves, no matter how domesticated we have become. It is emptiness concretized, literally concretized, into space for community. And the great question we face is, what do we do now that we have made the void livable? No, I'm serious. That's the question that you have posed to yourself. Now that we have made the void livable, what do we do? And then above that space, this sanctuary. And if you look closely at the picture, lean in, whatever strength of lenses you are or are not wearing, and just look through those windows. You can see yourself waving back to yourself in there. Think about all the life that has happened in this sanctuary. The statement of welcome. The creation of AV, so that we can say to the world, unconditional love is the path that we choose and that we think is the most life-giving for our existence, for all of us. And consider the courage of that. The witness that this is not just a place where we come to be safe, but that from our own welcome and belonging we send out a message to the world. I'm in wonder at the beauty of what is generated here by your coming and building presence, building witness, offering love. Tell me what other pulpit in South Carolina, I would dare say in the United States, was blessed by the presence of Davlin Athena, calling us to a future paradise today. Think of what comes from this place. And then at the very top of the sanctuary, there is this skylight, this space begging for the Sistine Chapel to be realized in Spartanburg. Light streaming in. And at night, light shining out. So that we have had people come to the doors of this sanctuary in the night, seeking refuge from domestic violence, from broken relationship, exile from parents and home, because they saw the light over the city and knew they could find sanctuary. And then behind the whole church, a son. A reminder that none of us own any of this, that we are part of something much bigger. For some of us, that sun is a sun, one star among billions of billions, and a source of life for the finitude of our lives and the generational sequence of life on this earth. And for some of us, that sun is a promise of life beyond our own life, life enjoying the life-giving energy of other suns in other galaxies, other worlds beyond our knowledge. For some of us, that sun is a symbol of some power greater than ourselves pouring itself out for our life, so deeply within us that we ourselves are made of stardust, the divine living within us, whether we name it as material or spiritual or something for which we have no words. Look at the wonder of this one place. Share with me the gratitude that I feel. We have spent this month and last talking about very hard things. How to be with people when we don't agree with them. How to talk with each other when we each think that each other's ideas are completely ridiculous. How to share our sources of knowledge and wisdom when we have little regard for each other's sources. How to value each other as people before we ever are enmeshed in a debate of ideas. The value of being together and the value of not allowing ourselves to be divided in a society that is well practiced by centuries in dividing people from like cause to control them both. We've talked about the importance of just caring about each other, even if we don't understand each other, and how this is a place to practice that, so our minds stay flexible and open, always learning, never entrapped by the idea that we've got it all, because that's when we become tyrants. And then also the challenge to stand up to bullies, that whatever we all think, when people are treated in a way that we ourselves do not want to be treated, denigrated, marginalized, impoverished, hunted in our own streets, that is intolerable. And that while we can listen to each other's ideas, we must stand together for a world in which we all belong. The hard work, first of facing the bully and saying stop. The power of saying it together so that we're a team and not alone. And then the excruciating work of seeing how we ourselves have absorbed that image of the bully, the gangster, the don, the tyrant, that authoritarian archetype that is deep in our culture, in our songs, in our movies, in our history, our politics, our families. A shadow that lives inside all of us. And the importance that when we feel that coming up, the desire to dominate, to push people around, we tell that bully in us to stop. In a minute, we're going to go downstairs. There's going to be a party. There's going to be more food than anybody can eat, and I dare you, eat it all. I dare you. It's going to be so fun. And then we're going to talk about what is the future life of this space. And I know you, we're not going to agree. Some of us are going to get scared about money. Some of us are going to get scared about the minister. Some of us are going to get scared about trees. Some of us are going to be scared about politics. All of us are going to have strong ideas because it's a group of free thinkers. And all of us will feel that shadow come up. If I could just tell this room what to do, man, we would be ready. But look at what is created when we slow down and listen to each other. Look at the witness that is generated when we are humble to realize we live in systems of violence and oppression. Even the purchase of this land is enmeshed in our flawed history. And yet, perfection is not the goal. It is mutual thriving. And when we listen, we value the voice of another so that our voice also will be valued. We pass around the circle love and abundance to share. We create something very good for ourselves and for the world.
So we are going to sing an unfamiliar hymn. It's hymn number 1, May Nothing Evil Cross This Door. Max played it for us during the Rippling Bowl, so it's going to sound familiar. So I ask you to rise as you're willing and able, in body and in spirit, to sing hymn number 1.
As we extinguish our chalice today, if you would like to join me in reciting that same mantra composed by UUCS member Janice Tuck. I am a conduit of the love energy of the universe, allowing it to flow through me freely and unencumbered, healing me and those around me. Thank you.
Let's spend most our lives living in a future paradise. Amen.